Man in the Cayman Islands.
The Business Buzz is proudly sponsored by Cayman Medical Supplies. Call them at 949-6211. Cayman Insurance Center, celebrating 45 years in the Cayman Islands, specializing in property, life, and other lines of insurance products and services. And Digicel Business. Get everything your business needs in one package with Digicel Business Hub.
And now, Radio Cayman presents The Business Buzz, an insightful and fresh take on a variety of issues that impact the local business environment. This is where we address the business topics that matter. Radio Cayman's Business Buzz. Here's your host, Anita Khan.
It's 29 minutes until 8 o'clock. Good morning. Thank you so much for joining us this Thursday morning for another segment of the Business Buzz. The Cayman Islands Tourism Association, CITA, is hosting a one-night, all-inclusive gourmet gala event. And this morning, we're going to put the spotlight on that event. Good morning and welcome to Radio Cayman's Business Buzz. In today's show, we chat with the one and the only CITA Executive Director, Mr. Jay Earhart. Good morning, Jay.
Good morning, Anita. How are you?
I'm good. I've seen you had your coffee already. I'm so jealous.
Yes, I figured I needed it. It's not too early for me, but coffee always helps.
Next time you come in with one cup, we don't let you in.
Good point. I should have offered it beforehand. I apologize.
Myself and Susan.
Yes, okay.
Susan is not a coffee drinker. No, she's not.
I knew she wasn't a coffee drinker.
We'll make her into a coffee, even if it's a decaf coffee drinker. So, Jay, we're here to talk about Sea Spice. Sea Spice, it sounds spicy, exciting, flavorful, and fun.
All of those things it will be for sure. It's our first one. It's very exciting. We put a lot of work.
Up.
Yeah, we're going to spice up this Saturday night, that's for sure. All taking place at the Kimpton, the old Tiki Beach location. It's called Beach Deck now. Right. It's a perfect location, and we couldn't be happier with the weather. This cool breeze that we're having right now, it's going to be fantastic. It's going to last with us through Saturday night. I just heard Susan do the weather, talking about the wonderful things. So we're going to have 12 different restaurants providing some fantastic food, from everything from vegetarian and vegan all the way to meat.
I love it.
It's a little bit of everything. Mm-hmm. Some good locals like conch, and conch served a couple different ways, to jerk chicken and jerk pork, to all you can imagine. And some fantastic restaurants are taking part, including the Ritz-Carlton. So we've got some new restaurants. The Bird is a brand new restaurant that's in 7 Mile Shops. Anchor and Den is taking part. Agua, Bacaro, Crack Conch, Abacus. Fantastic restaurants. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Jay, you just jumped right ahead of my questions.
Oh, sorry.
No, I want to ask you first, how did the idea behind hosting Spice Up. Sea Spice. Spice Up. Sea Spice. I'm going to say Spice Up.
We're on it. It's going to be a spicy night.
Sea Spice. How did the idea come about?
Well, unfortunately, we couldn't host our annual Taste of Cayman event this year.
Right.
Due to the restriction of COVID, the prevention rules and regulations. They just increased the amount of people that can gather to 500. And 500 people just doesn't make Taste of Cayman work. It doesn't.
No.
So
no.
we scaled it down quite a bit to only 12 restaurants instead of the normal 25 to 30 that we normally have at Taste of Cayman. We do have a live music aspect of it, so that's fantastic as well. But we just tried to make it a little bit more intimate, a little more exclusive, and a very much more upmarket. Very much more upmarket. It's not just going to be going and grabbing a little cup of something from a restaurant. And Taste Cayman is fun and fantastic, and we love it every year. But this is just going to be just kicking it up a notch, to use Emerald's saying.
So actually be a sit down.
No. It's still
just
going
to each.
Yeah, exactly. It's going to be walking around to each booth, each little section. We spread them out a little bit, so it's not going to be like right next to each other. There's plenty of picnic tables and standing tables and chairs. There's going to be a section. The people at the Kimpton have got a little lounge section going on, so there's going to be some fantastic like seating and couch areas, and it's going to be really good.
Very loungy.
It could be loungy on there on that side. And then, of course, and I'm going to break into my friends at Jake Scott that are going to provide some fantastic cocktails. I don't have the cocktail list here, but they're making specialty cocktails throughout the whole night that you can choose from. So if I'm not going to mention any brands because we're not allowed to do that on radio.
No, you know that, Jay.
But But if you're a gin person, there's going to be a gin drink. If there's a rum person, there's going to be a rum drink. So we've got it all covered. And there's plus plenty of wine and bubbles as well.
So who will be providing the music for the event?
We have the world famous Swanky Band coming to play.
Swanky. Yeah, Swanky.
And I actually, it's my years of radio came in. I never got to introduce Swanky at an event. I never was able to get up and ladies and gentlemen, here's Swanky. So this will be my first time being able to get up there and say, ladies
so
and
you're
gentlemen.
the MC for the night?
Well, we're not going to really do any speeches or anything like that, but I'm going to remind people that we're going to get to this later. We have a fantastic raffle on the event. So I'm just going to remind some people about some events, some things that are taking place, but it's not going to be emceeing.
So you'll get to introduce Swanky.
I will be able to get to introduce Swanky. Unless,
we should have this on record.
Well, unless the president of the association wants to get up and introduce him, but that's fine. He can do that too.
Well, Swanky, the music is very entertaining.
I love those guys, and they're
Swanky.
I count like 2 or 3 of them as good friends, and I like those guys a lot. And it's going to be great to see them up there and getting into the thick of things.
Yeah. No, you have those participating restaurants, Jay. We have Crack Kong, Peppers, Agua, Bacaro, and Tuca, as well as you mentioned earlier, the vegan and vegetarian creations.
That's Zest, fantastic.
Okay.
Mo Cubbin, fantastic. She's a lovely lady.
I don't eat meat.
Oh, good.
I'm a pescatarian, but
fantastic.
I do swing vegetarian. So
Well, we do have some fantastic fish as well going on as well. As I said, there's plenty of conch. Ron Hargrave from Zataka is going to do some lionfish ceviche, so that's going to be fantastic. So, we'll have it's a little something for everybody. It's going to be a fantastic evening. I'm super excited. I mean, all of the hard work that our board has put into Marcus Muri, who couldn't be here today, is the owner of Abacus and Deckers and Carew. And he has been putting his heart and soul into this event, and he's been really working hard. And he's been the taskmaster to me as well. He's been breaking out the whip, and it's been a lot of work, but it's a love of as well. I mean, you could feel the energy, and that energy is going to be felt on that night for sure.
So some of his restaurants will be out there, Carew and...
No, I think just Abacus. We didn't want to...
Abacus.
I mean, we wanted to share the wealth. I mean, these are restaurants that are all great restaurants, part of the Cayman Islands Tourism Association, and we want them to showcase what they have available. And like I said, we've got a new one, The Bird. I don't know if you've been there, but it's in the 7 Mile Shops, and they do a great fried chicken sandwich, and they do a great... steak on a stick is what they call it. It's fantastic with a chimichurri sauce. It's delicious. Really,
getting me hungry, Jay.
I was going to say it's breakfast time, so yeah.
You know how that works around here, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So are you going to have any desserts?
There is, yes. The Ritz-Carlton, they're bringing out their ice cream truck.
No way.
Yes. So they're going to be doing some fantastic stuff, as well as the Kimpton is going to have a little dessert something on the side, but I'm going to leave that as a secret for those people that come. But it's absolutely going to be fantastic. And then, of course, there's going to be dessert cocktails. So... yeah.
Dessert cocktails.
Yes.
How does that work?
Well, without mentioning brands, it's difficult to do that.
It's a sort of maybe...
it's a little sweeter side drink, that's all. Okay. Yeah, just a little drink on the sweeter side. Yeah. Yeah.
Where can I go on tickets for Spice?
Well, they're all available online, eventpros.ky/cspice. And there's $200, and it's all-inclusive night. So drink as much as you want, eat as much as you want. There's going to be plenty of food. They're not going to run out of anything. It's going to be a really fun, wonderful evening. One price fits all, and you go and have a great time. And the Kimpton is also doing a special deal that if you'd like to spend the night because you might indulge too much, you can get a room for a pretty good rate. And that's also on the event.
Say for free.
You can't stay for free, but it's a pretty good rate. It's a darn good rate.
Do you know the rate or no?
I think it's $199 plus like a small service charge. So I think all in all, it's
not bad at all.
Yeah. So I think it's $200, but they're waiving the something fee. There's the resort fee is being waived. So so there's a small service charge. I think it gets up to like $230 total. So for the night, but it's all listed on the
US, or CI?
I think it's CI, to be honest, yeah. But it's all on eventpro.ky, so you can go there and you can see. And we did have, you could have rented the presidential suite, but they actually rented that out already. So that was sold.
So will you be booking one of those, Jay? Or?
I actually, not the presidential suite, but yes, I did. I know I'm going to be working pretty hard that day, and so I did decide to spend the night that night. Yeah, my wife and I.
That's a great idea.
But the great thing is we're bringing our dog. The Kimpton will allow you to bring your pets with you, so we're bringing our dog with us.
Is there a limit as to how many pets you can have?
I believe what the saying is, if it can fit through the front doors, you're allowed to bring it. I think that's their saying. I think
is that one at a time or,
I don't know.
four?
I'm I'm not sure they're going to let
Four
Noah's Ark
German
in. They might not let Noah's Ark in, but they'll let. I'm sure you're going to bring a couple of dogs. I don't know that. You have to check with the Kimpton policies.
But that's a good idea too. Now, this idea, Jay, Cayman Islands Tourism Association. We know the tourism industry we're suffering. How are you as the executive director? Is it more work for you at this time?
Oh yeah, it's definitely more work for me. But we're sharing it with the board. Like I said, Marcus Murray and his team have been working very, very hard on this as well. So we're Natalie Toole is also helping us. Natalie Porter is helping us out as well. She got married, so I forgot her maiden name. Or I used her maiden name instead of her married name.
But she'll forgive you.
Yes, I hope so. But they're doing. It's a collaborative effort, and they're really working hard. And we realize that the tourism industry is hurting right now. So a lot of these charity events, because this is an event for charity as well, we want to make sure that sometimes when you have these events, everybody just gives everything for free, and they're expected to give it for free because it's for charity. We realized that the tourism industry is hurting, so we wanted to make sure everybody's getting paid for this event. So AI Rentals is getting money for the setups. All of the restaurants are going to get paid for the food they're providing. We're paying for our space at the Kimpton. Swanky's getting paid. I mean, we're not asking anybody for freebies. So we understand that this is a tough time for the tourism industry. We have absolutely no tourists on island, and these companies need help. And that's our way of giving back.
Now, you give back to those companies. The rest of the proceeds from the event will benefit, say, we have other organizations?
We do. We have the ARC, the ARC Foundation, and Feed Our Future.
Feed Our Future.
So a portion of our proceeds are going to go towards both of those companies, and we've also had a great opportunity that the R3 Foundation is going to match our donation as well. Oh, nice. So whatever we give to them, they'll be matched to each organization as well. So it's a fantastic thing that they're doing. So it's a time for all the community to come together, and the ARC is really helping out people that are in need as well. People from the tourism industry are on their service, are getting their services, and of course, Feed Our Future provides lunches to students that are in school that just can't afford it and can't go. So it really helps out.
Who would think that at some point in time the folks in the tourism industry would need help?
You would have thought that, but I mean, obviously with this pandemic, it's one of those things where you think about like a water sports operator, specifically with no cruise ships. So all of those guys that have mortgages on their boats and are used to taking out 30, 40 people at a time, probably twice a day to every day. Are sitting
and
empty.
They still have to maintain them because I have some right across from my house, and every morning at before 7, I can hear them starting up those engines.
Yep, exactly.
And just keep them running for a while.
And they got to get and wash them and maintain the engine and tune it up and do all those things. It's and boats. I don't know if they're costly things.
Especially if they're sitting on the water, you still have to maintain them.
Exactly. So I mean, we realize it's a tough time, and the Cayman Islands Tourism Association is meeting, constantly with the Ministry and Department of Tourism. We're talking about a way forward. We're putting together a plan. We just had a meeting yesterday. We're really working together, and it's a very good collaborative effort to try and figure out the best way to safely reopen this country so that the 20 or 30% of the population that has been negatively affected by no tourists can actually start living again.
Gee, I'm so proud of you. You moved from newsroom straight into the tourism industry.
Yeah.
What a change! What a switch!
I always had tourism in my heart. I came here, my first job, most people know, as a bartender. So I know tourism. I know what it's like to be in the tourism industry, and I always followed it a lot when I was being in the newsroom. I'll take the tourism beat. I'll go over there and talk to the minister every time. It's always a great time, one of the current ministers mentioned it to us once during a meeting recently. He said, if you think of the Cayman Islands as a house, then that's the big house. And what tourism does is provides the entertainment inside the house. So we're like the TV, the radio, the party that goes on. But it is. And without that, we're just a big empty house.
Yeah.
So you need tourism to keep it going.
Yeah, you're enjoying this.
I'm having a good time. It's been an extreme challenge. I mean, I started about 3 months before the lockdown, and
really,
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So yeah, it's been a bit of a challenge. I've always heard from most industries, it takes a year to get into a job. You figure it out, you get the nuances, and then of course if there's annual events, you get to do at least one under your belt, and you keep going. So I really haven't had that first year, if you know what I mean. It's still
you had an amplified first year.
Yeah, exactly. quite a friend. So I've been in it about a year and a half now as the executive director of CETA, but working 5 years in the Department of Tourism really helped me to get this role as well.
I think you're doing an excellent job.
Thank you.
And Sea Spice is going to really spice this up for you.
It's going to be very spicy.
Spicy. Jay, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll discuss about some of your sponsors or all of your sponsors, if possible. And I want to say thank you to our sponsors this morning of the Business Buzz: Cayman Insurance Center, Cayman Medical Supplies, and of course, Digicel Business.
The Cayman Islands boasts of a long, colorful, and rich history. In tribute to our roots, Radio Cayman, the voice of the Cayman Islands, is pleased to bring you the Historical Vignette Series, brought to you by Rotary Central. For more than 110 years, Rotary members have used their passion, energy, and intelligence to take action on sustainable projects. The Cayman Islands, He hath founded it upon the seas.
James Manoah Barton Sr., 1930 to 1988, national hero.
The man affectionately known as Mr. Jim is Cayman's first national hero. He was a visionary, charismatic politician known for his common touch. Mr. Jim was a true son of the soil, a descendant of the first governor of the islands, and one of the builders of Pedro St. James Castle. He and his wife, Dorothy Nee Foreman, had 2 children, 7 grandchildren, and 1 great-grandson. Real estate, tourism, aviation, and tertiary education. The Cayman Islands owe a great deal to his energy and commitment. He was the founder of Pirates Week and instrumental in starting the $1 Million Month Fishing Tournament. He was a founding member of the Rotary and the Freemasons in the Cayman Islands. He played a significant role in the establishment of the International College of the Cayman Islands in the early 1970s and in the formation of the national airline, Cayman Airways. He was responsible for Queen Elizabeth's first visit to Cayman, and he helped pass laws intended to preserve the Caymanian way of life.
Radio Cayman's Historical Vignettes was brought to you by Rotary Central. For more than 110 years, Rotary members have used their passion, energy, and intelligence to take action on sustainable projects.
We are telling you ahead of time, giving you the heads up to get ready. The Black Tie Affair with a circus twist. Step right up. The annual gala hosted by Rotary Central for the Alex Panton Foundation. Saturday, May 29th, Marriott Beach Hotel Ballroom. Step right up. Support the Alex Panton Foundation, dedicated to serving and preserving young people through vulnerable times, mental health intervention, treatment, guidance, preserving life. The ambience of a circus affair. Tickets are limited, tickets are precious. Get your tickets from Rotary Central members. Go online to Rotary Central and the Alex Panton Foundation Facebook pages. Rotary Central and the Alex Panton Foundation. Rotary opens opportunity.
Oh gosh.
Don't let the stress of taking care of loved ones get you down.
Home care, now made easier with Cayman Medical Supplies. 100% Caymanian owned. Cayman Medical Supplies now stocks a wide range of home care supplies. Hospital beds, all types of wheelchairs, including beach access wheelchairs, lifts, commodes, shower chairs, walkers, Curad brand orthopedic supplies. Free blood glucose monitors with the purchase of 1 pack of test strips, blue underpads, and a whole lot more.
Need home care convenience? Drop by Cayman Medical Supplies at 93 Smith Road, Windward Center, or call 949-6211. Free delivery.
Open 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Still delivering island-wide for your convenience.
For 46 years, our Cayman Insurance Center family has worked to protect your family and your most valuable assets. And we are happy to announce that our offices are now reopened to better serve you. For your added convenience, you can also make payments online or make inquiries by phone or email. Whether you need to get a quote, renew a policy, or file a claim, Cayman Insurance Center is here to protect you and your family. As your family's health is everything, do all that you can to protect it. For your family's safety, social distancing practices are in effect at our offices, and masks should be worn. From our Cayman Insurance Center family to yours, stay safe, stay Cayman strong. For more information, call 949-4657.
We, as Caymanians, live by our choices and by using our voice to bring about change. On April 14th, Cayman and Georgetown West holds the power to turn the page to a more hopeful, more empowered chapter in our country's leadership. My fellow Caymanians, my name is Perlina Magal-Lumsden, and I'm proud to be your candidate for Georgetown West. I hope that you will join our movement and use your voice to vote for me, a candidate that will work tirelessly to put you, your families, your education, your employment, and our environment first.
From district to district, moving through the waters to Cayman Brac and Little Cayman. Your station, your voice. All things Cayman. One radio, many people. This is home.
Radio Cayman in the Cayman Islands.
Business Buzz. Anita Khan.
Welcome back to the Business Buzz. Good morning if you're just joining us. This is our first segment of the Business Buzz on this Thursday morning, and we're speaking with the Executive Director of the Cayman Islands Tourism Association, CETA, Mr. Jay Earhart. Jay is discussing sea spice.
It's spicy.
It's spicy. I always want to say spice up.
Spice up.
Spice up.
Was that an event before? Was it something
I don't
like
know.
that? It sounds like it was, because the way
that
we're saying it.
That's why it's stuck with me.
Sea
but
spice.
It's sea spice.
But at Seafire. Sea spice at Seafire.
Seafire. I like
Say
that.
that 3 times fast.
Sea spice at Seafire. Come on, Jay. You try it. You had coffee. So, Jay, we're your sponsors for Sea Spice.
Yeah, we couldn't do it without them. We're really, really thankful that the Department of Tourism has joined partners with us on this, as well as Providence Properties, which is part of Christie's Real Estate, Jake Scott, AI Rentals, Progressive Distributors, the Security Center, and, of course, our CETA board, the Cayman Islands Tourism Association, all of the restaurants that are taking part, like the Ritz-Carlton, the Crack Hog, Tucka, Tilly's, Anchor and Den, Bacaro, Agua, Zest Peppers, Georgetown Yacht Club, and Abacus. We thank them all for being part of this. Not to mention the Seafire and Kimpton. They're fantastic people over there.
All my favorite restaurants.
I'll tell you, they're such a joy to work with as well. I mean, every single one
Tilly's,
of them. Yeah.
Tilly's.
Oh, Tilly's is going to. They're going to have an amazing setup out there. I got to tell you, they are very excited about being part of this. They've actually asked for us, so they can't fit it all into one booth. So they're like, can we have a booth and a half? So it's really going to be pretty amazing. I'm pretty excited about what Tilly's has got going on. So if you go to Tilly's,
so Jay, couldn't you give them just 2 booths?
Well, realistically, we're trying. we're putting them in a section that's going to have some extra room, so they're going to be able to facilitate what they need.
So you're going to have a raffle on the night?
We are, and this is a big part of the fundraising for our charities, the ARC and Feed Our Future. This is one of the things. You'll never be able to get this again. It's a once-in-a-lifetime event. You get you and 5 friends on an executive helicopter to Cayman Brac. Susan, I can hear you dialing up the tickets right now so you can go home. I hear you.
I hear her too.
And then it's lunch, all-inclusive lunch at Le Sol d'Or.
Nice.
And then they bring you back. Okay. So this isn't the sightseeing helicopter. This isn't that little thing. Mm-hmm. This is a plush leather seats executive helicopter where you get to fly in first class seating area to Cayman Brac, transportation to Le Sol d'Or, have a fantastic lunch there, and you can't really do that, and you can't buy it. You can only win it. Tickets are only $25.
That's it.
And only $25. And that's what 2 things we thought about is we didn't want to do an auction because then only the rich guy gets it. So if you auction
Most
it
times,
off,
yes.
So only the person that can afford to spend, $30,000 or $50,000 or whatever it is that they want to spend on it can afford it. So this way, every person can get a chance to win. $25, and there's a discount if you buy 4, you get a 5th one free. There's things like that.
Where do I get the tickets?
Also, again, on eventpros.ky, and you don't have to go to Sea Spice, the event, to buy a raffle ticket. You can buy it now. So if you've got your birthday's coming up,
right?
If you decide not to go to See Spice for your birthday, you can just buy a couple of raffle tickets.
And hopefully,
Susan, eventpro.ky, log in right now.
Okay. So Jay, are you going to pull that raffle? Are you going to pull the winning ticket?
Not that night. No,
not that night.
No, because we're going to sell them on the night of, and then we have to collate with the people that have bought online. So we want to make sure it's all done right, and we're going to have an official there to make sure it's all done properly, and so on, so on, so on. So it's all good. We'll probably do it on the Wednesday after.
The Wednesday after. Okay. Sounds like a plan. Sounds like a good plan.
Yeah, we got it all covered. We know. But it's very exciting. I mean, I've only been on the sightseeing helicopter here. I've only been on those kind of helicopters. I've never been in the plush executive helicopter.
I didn't know they had a plush one. I just thought it was all
it's actually
helicopters.
Brand new. It's brand new. It's a very wealthy individual on island who's graciously agreed to loan us the helicopter for this event.
So it's not a commercial helicopter.
No, it's definitely not a commercial helicopter. It's someone's private, and we were told he's never going to do this again. So we might be able to talk him into it, but I don't think so. So this is like a once in a lifetime or a once in opportunity for you to be able to do this.
Well, we'd just like to say a big thank you to him. We don't know who he is, but thank you.
The sponsor is Mykonos, and of course Le Sol d'Or are the sponsors of that, and a fantastic person to be able to do that for us. We really appreciate it.
That's awesome. I've got to get my ticket in there. So make sure you get your ticket, Susan.
Just everything's on eventpro.ky. We love those guys over there. Jonathan's a great person, and he's been helping us out and working hard for us. So we really appreciate it.
So Jay, do you have any other events that that CETA will be hosting for the remainder of 2021?
We do have some things coming up, but right now we're really mostly thinking about, like I said, we're working really hard with the ministry and the Department of Tourism and all government agencies, actually. We've been working with Cayman Airways and the Airports Authority and Border Control. They're all coming together. We're all coming together about every 2 weeks, and we're meeting together to develop the plan to safely, 100%, and keep us safe to reopen the island to tourism. And it's not easy. And but and we're putting a lot of work and a lot of effort into it. But everybody has the same goal in mind, because Cayman is such a popular destination for tourists that we can't stay closed forever. We
have people lining up.
They're
in queue.
Yeah, they really are
right now.
So and we have to do this. We can't go. We're not going back to lockdown. We know that. We don't want to do that. No one wants to do that.
No.
So we're just not going to allow that to occur. So we've got to figure out the way to do it safely and appropriately. So we're working on it, and we've got some of the best minds in the Cayman Islands working on it. So that's great.
That's awesome. Jeb, before we let you go this morning, just to recap exactly what is See Spice, what's going to go on.
It's all taking place.
Okay.
Here we go. It's all taking place this Saturday raceway. No, Saturday night at the Kimpton Seafire.
What time does it start?
It starts at sunset. So we open the doors at 6. So we want everybody there to enjoy this fantastic Seafire sunset that always occurs right there off the Kimpton.
Oh, you're killing me, Jay.
And the other thing is we've got it set up so that it's going to be kind of waterfront dining. I don't know if you know the site at Tiki Beach.
Yes.
So all of the food booths are going to be on the back end. So when you're eating, you're going to be looking out over the sea and the stars and things like that. And the band Swanky's going to be right there in front. So again, this Saturday night, starting at 6 o'clock, we only have a few tickets left. I mean, we've got about 50, 60 tickets left. So we'll probably sell a few on the night of, but
make sure you
get it. And if you really want to come and this is your event, it's only $200. It goes to a great cause, and it's 100% inclusive. So when you get there, the only thing you're going to need to bring your card for is a raffle ticket. That's the only thing you're going to need when you're in there. But there's going to be plenty to drink. Water by Bubbly is going to be there. The Bubbly water people are going to be there. I don't know if you know Bubbly, the sparkling water.
Yep.
They're going to be there. So, I mean, it's going to be just a fantastic night of fun, entertainment. And, of course, it's Swanky. And who can't have a good time with Swanky? Oh. If you can't have a good time with Swanky playing music, then I don't think you're alive. You don't have a heartbeat.
And on that note, Jay, I'd like to say thank you so much. Good luck with the event. We want to hear all about it when it's over, okay?
You bet. I'll send you pictures.
Yes, please. Thanks to our sponsors this morning, Cayman Insurance Center, Cayman Medical Supplies, and Digicel Business. We're going to take a break for a time check, news, weather, traffic, and we'll be back in the second segment of the Business Buzz with the RCIPS.
Thank you, Thank you, Anita. And studio time now by Foster's is 7:59. It's Frozen Food Month at Foster's, and we've got hot specials on your frozen favorites.
For those who like it sweet, we have Ben & Jerry's ice cream. $16.59 each, save $2.40.
Looking for an easy gluten-free meal? Well, we've got cauliflower pizzas. Selected varieties, $5.99 each, save $4.70. And we have Tucson tamale. Handmade tamales, only $5.99, save $5.60.
Price is good until the 17th of March, 2021. Foster's. Better prices because we care.
The voice of the Cayman Islands.
89.9 FM in Grand Cayman and 93.9 FM in Cayman Brac and Little Cayman.
Silver wings shining in the sunlight.
Radio Cayman.
The 8 a.m. News is proudly sponsored by the Chamber of Commerce Pension Plan. For further information, please visit chamberpension.ky.
The Cayman Islands Chamber of Commerce Pension Plan. We're here for you. Please be advised that the pension contribution holiday has been extended until 30th of June 2021. Employers and plan members should ensure arrangements are in place for salary deductions and remittance following this date. The Cayman Islands Chamber of Commerce Pension Plan, keeping you informed. For further information, visit chamberpensions.ky, and for information as it happens, follow us on Facebook, LinkedIn, or Instagram. Email admin@pensions.ky or call 745-7630. We're here for you.
For today's biggest news.
Radio Cayman, the voice of the Cayman Islands.
With your latest news, I'm Karsley Fuller. Wednesday night's Candidates Forum saw Sabrina Turner, Michael Miles, and incumbent Austin Harris addressing questions from a panel from the Chamber of Commerce.
I am not in this race to give you a hand out. I am in this race to give us a hand up and lead us into a future that we can all be proud to say that we're Caymanians under the leadership of more females who are putting themselves in the political arena.
We have to get to a point where we have to start to talk about outcomes. We can no longer talk about what plans we have. Part of my agenda, it has always been about people. Creating a district council is about engaging people.
I have a track record of 4 years of performance, and when elected by the people of Prospect on April the 14th, I will continue to deliver on those promises. I have spent 4 years, again, learning the system of public service and governance, working with both the policymakers and my coalition government to find common ground, an agreement of working together.
The 2.5-hour forum saw the candidates tackling questions from everything from reopening the borders to their ambitions and areas of focus should they win the election on April 14th. Tonight's forum will see Savannah candidates in the spotlight from 7:15 p.m. You can catch it on the Radio Cayman Facebook and YouTube pages. Finance Minister the Honorable Roy McTaggart says government finances are better than expected, substantially less than originally feared, with central governments ending the year with an operating deficit of $38 million.
It is particularly pleasing to report that the shortfall in revenue for the year was only $35 million compared to our budget. This, despite the shutdown of the second pillar of our economy, tourism, for 9 months of the year.
As of December 31st, Mr. McTaggart says government debt balance stood at $248.6 million.
Our debt to GDP ratio was 5.2%, which would put the Cayman Islands squarely in a very favorable position of having one of the lowest debt to GDP ratios in the world. And government's bank account balances stood at $447.6 million, of which $104.3 million represents the island's general reserves.
Mr. McTaggart says one of the main reasons the deficit isn't as significant as originally projected was the, quote, great performance of a few of government's revenue streams and categories. That includes stamp duty transfers and private fund fees, which are a new revenue stream for government. Minister for Health, the Honorable Dwayne Seymour, confirms the approval of another round of stipends to local musicians affected by the continued downturn in their tourism and hospitality industry.
This additional one-time stipend of $1,000 will be paid by April the 2nd. Persons who applied previously and received the stipend do not need to reapply. Our ministry team will reach out to you over the next couple of weeks to reconfirm your details. Persons who did not previously apply and are now seeking assistance should contact the ministry's policy advisor for culture, Natasha Powell, at natasha.powell@gov.ky or on 345-244-2369 to obtain and submit their application.
The deadline for new applications is March 19th. Now with a check of international news, here's the BBC, which will take us out of the newscast. I'm Karsley Fuller from Radio Cayman's newsroom.
BBC News with Jerry Smith. Myanmar's military junta has made the strongest accusations yet against the ousted civilian leader Aung San Suu Kyi as more protesters were shot dead across the country. A military spokesman claimed Ms. Suu Kyi had accepted a payment of nearly $500,000 from a former chief minister of Yangon. He also alleged peaceful protesters had died because of incitement by her NLD party. China's National People's Congress has approved measures that will strip Hong Kong's parliament of any effective opposition. They'll allow a panel to vet all candidates for the Hong Kong legislature and reduce the number of members directly elected by the public. BBC News.
The 8 a.m. news is proudly sponsored by the Chamber of Commerce Pension Plan. For further information, please visit chamberpension.ky. The Cayman Islands Chamber of Commerce Pension Plan. We're here for you. We are a not-for-profit, member-centric plan with a democratically elected volunteer board of trustees representing all sectors of the Cayman Islands economy. We have an all-in expense ratio of less than 1%, over 20,000 members, and $490 million in assets under management. We were the first multi-employer pension plan approved by the regulator in the late 1990s, and today we are still strong, secure, and are here for our employees and employers alike. If you would like to join or require further information, visit chamberpension.ky. And for information as it happens, follow us on Facebook, LinkedIn, or Instagram. Email admin@pensions.ky or call 745-7630. The Cayman Islands Chamber of Commerce Pension Plan. We're here for you.
Stay in touch with Radio Cayman for the latest in news and information.
Follow Radio Cayman on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Download the Radio Cayman app or log on to our website, www.radiocayman.gov.ky.
Radio Cayman, your voice, your choice, your radio.
Why work with a Suriba agent? We can tell you that those letters represent a proven understanding of the real estate market in the Cayman Islands. But it also means so much more than that. Our trained Suriba agents are committed to ethics, integrity, and excellence of practice. It's all about confidence, knowing you are working with a qualified Suriba agent. As members of Suriba, your trust is our promise. To find a Suriba agent today or to search thousands of listens, visit Suriba.com. Suriba, the mark of excellence in real estate.
April 14th, 2021 is Election Day in the Cayman Islands.
Running for political office is no easy feat. You need to be everywhere, all of the time.
Now is the time to get your important messages out to the voting public.
Radio Cayman, the voice of the Cayman Islands, has always been there. Whether you want to get your political commercials or infomercials on air, make in-house studio appearances, or have your district meetings broadcast live to the listening audience.
Set a time today to meet with one of our knowledgeable Radio Cayman sales account executives who have their fingers on the pulse of the community.
Call them today on 949-7799 or email rcsales@gov.ky.
Radio Cayman, we've been in the community for just about 45 years. That means something.
The 8:10 a.m. weather report, Monday through Friday, is proudly sponsored by Pan American International Insurance Corporation. Pan American International Insurance Corporation, meeting the life, accident, and health insurance needs of individuals and businesses to ensure financial security and peace of mind. For more information, call 949-8304 or visit www.palig.com. That's PALIG.com.
For over 100 years, more than 5.8 million people across the Americas and the Caribbean have placed their trust in Pan American Life Insurance Group. We have delivered on our promise and have proven that we are more than an insurance company. We are family. To learn more about our first-in-class individual and group life, disability and accident solutions, please visit Pan American International Insurance Corporation at Unit 221, Cannon Place East, North Song Road, Grand Cayman, or contact us at 949-8304 and visit us online at www.palig.com. Pan American Life, people you can trust for life.
Good morning. Let's take a look at the very latest weather report. Current temperature is 77 degrees. Relative humidity is 79%. The barometric pressure 30.08 inches and rising. The wind is out of the east-northeast at 17 knots. Overnight low temperature was 75 degrees. Synopses indicate fresh to strong northeasterly winds and rough seas will continue across the Cayman area for the next 24 hours in association with a strong high-pressure system over the southeastern United States. Additionally, cloudy conditions are also expected to linger in our area due to a stationary front across Jamaica. Radar images show scattered showers around the Cayman area moving west. Now the forecast for today and tonight, calling for partly cloudy skies, becoming cloudy at times, with a 30% chance of showers. Temperatures will be in the low 80s today and will fall to the low 70s tonight. Winds will be northeasterly at 20 to 25 knots with higher gusts, and seas will be rough with wave heights of 6 to 8 feet. Marine warning remains in effect for today and tonight as well. Today's high tide will occur this morning at 8:54, low tide this afternoon at 4 minutes past 3, and a high tide again tonight at 8:52. The sun will set this evening at 6:33 and will rise tomorrow morning at 6:36. And the outlook is calling for moderate winds from Saturday morning as the high pressure weakens. That's the very latest on your weather report.
The 8:10 a.m. weather report, Monday through Friday, is proudly sponsored by Pan American International Insurance Corporation. Pan American International Insurance Corporation, meeting the life, accident, and health insurance needs of individuals and businesses to ensure financial security and peace of mind. For more information, call 949-8304 or visit www.palig.com. That's PALIG.com.
For over 100 years, more than 5.8 million people across the Americas and the Caribbean have placed their trust in Pan American Life Insurance Group. We have delivered on our promise and have proven that we are more than an insurance company. We are family. To learn more about our first-in-class individual and group life, disability and accident solutions, please visit Pan American International Insurance Corporation at Unit 221, Cannon Place East, North Song Road, Grand Cayman, or contact us at 949-8304 and visit us online at www.palig.com. Pan American Life, people you can trust for life.
During these unprecedented times, Radio Cayman, the voice of the Cayman Islands, is pleased to bring you the Cayman Strong Series. The Cayman Strong Series is brought to you by OnCourse Cayman. Visit oncourse.ky to view a full list of wellness services and their qualified team. OnCourse Cayman, health, wellness, and happiness.
Achieving your goals is a very rewarding feeling, but at times can feel very frustrating, especially if and when we miss our target. As you approach your goals in life, set yourself up for success.
When setting your goals, have a deadline. Procrastination is common in human nature. Setting a time to review the work helps to increase motivation because you know that you have to have it done by a certain time. This also ensures that you slow down to review progress. Consider rewards if things are going well. If things are not going as well as you would like, a deadline gives you a chance to pause and reflect on the current goal to see if there may be something getting in the way of being able to get it done.
Change your thinking and change your life.
Radio Cayman's Cayman Strong Series was brought to you by OnCourse Cayman. Visit oncourse.ky to view a full list of wellness services and their qualified team. OnCourse Cayman, health, wellness, and happiness.
These days, feelings of loneliness, anxiety, stress, and depression can be overwhelming. Just know you are not alone. OnCourse Cayman offers private mental health services for children, teens, adults, and groups. Visit oncourse.ky to view a full list of wellness services and their qualified team. OnCourse Cayman. Health, wellness, and happiness.
The traffic report is brought to you by Subway. Planning a meeting, event, or office celebration? Visit subway.ky to place your catering order today.
Top of the morning to you. Let's take a look at what's happening on our roads. Traffic is busy on the Linford Pearson Highway and also coming off the Linford Pearson Highway on Agnes Way, as well as Bobby Thompson Way. Steady traffic in some sections of Crew Road, other sections moving along moderately. Traffic flowing at a good pace in Shedden Road, Edward Street, light to moderate traffic flow, as well as on Owen Roberts Drive. On the Westway Road and for the Ritz, traffic is moderate in both directions. Coming from the Butterfield roundabout, heading towards the Industrial Park area, traffic is flowing at a good pace. Godfrey Nixon Way and Eastern Avenue traffic is flowing pretty good. Alder Avenue, moderate flow of traffic. And that's the very latest on your traffic. Join us again at about 10 minutes after 12 o'clock. We'll give you another traffic report. Remember, click it or ticket.
Things just got a bit hotter on the island. Come in today and order the new spicy Korean subs at Subway. They're sweet, spicy, and especially satisfying. Stop in and try the pulled pork with spicy Korean sauce, or the chicken with spicy Korean sauce. And you can message WhatsApp at 929-4658. Order online or use Let's Eat or the Bento app. The spicy Korean subs at Subway in 2 flavors. Extra saucy and extra spicy. Subway. Eat fresh.
The traffic report is brought to you by Subway. Planning a meeting, event, or office celebration? Visit subway.ky to place your catering order today.
Water Authority would like to advise customers that its main office on Redgate Road will close early Friday, 12th of March, that's tomorrow, for a staff function. The cashiers will close at 11:30 a.m. and customer service will close at noon. The offices will reopen with regular operating hours on Monday, the 15th of March. The authority's Camelbrack office will remain open for regular hours. The Water Authority do apologize for any inconvenience this may cause, and thank you for your understanding.
Satisfaction is guaranteed 24 hours a day, whether it's music or information.
From Grand Cayman to Camelbrack to Little Cayman, we've got you covered.
You ever hear a thing like that?
Radio Cayman in the Cayman Islands.
Business Buzz. Business Buzz with your host, Anita Khan.
Good morning again and welcome back to the second segment of the Business Buzz. It's a pleasure to have you joining us. Whether you're joining us via the World Wide Web or you're just tuning into your traditional radio, I want to say good morning to all our listeners and our viewers viewing via YouTube. And this morning we're prepared to continue with our regular monthly segment with the Royal Cayman Islands Police Service, RCIPS. And our guests in the studio this morning, we have PC Jodianne Powery, Inspector Courtney Miles, and Inspector Miles has brought along a few of his community safety officers, and sitting right next to him would be Tajay Gray. We have some of the other girls coming in as well. They're not here as yet, but we're expecting them shortly. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
You have to be. You'll make me scared because you're in uniform for one, right?
You're safe.
And just make me. No, I'm just kidding. Now, first off, the horse we're gonna pick on Inspector Miles. Good morning again, Inspector Miles. Haven't seen you in a long time.
Good morning, and it's a pleasure to be here. And I'd like to say a pleasant good morning to the World Wide Web and the listening public.
YouTubers.
You know.
As well. Oh, gosh. It's good to have you in the studio.
Yes,
now,
yes. I haven't been here for a long time. But
no, you haven't.
So
you haven't.
This is the opportunity to take advantage of me.
Yeah, and you don't age at all while you're here.
No. Good material.
Good material. I like that. No, Inspector Miles, I personally know you've been a long time with RCIPS, and I want to safely guess you joined them, say, maybe 1980, 81?
I'm afraid you're wrong there.
Wrong?
Yeah, you are.
Earlier than that?
Yes.
78?
No.
Don't keep me guessing.
76.
76?
Yes.
No, Susan wasn't even born then. No, I'm just kidding. 76 has been a long time.
Indeed, it has been.
And you've done some great service with the RCIPS.
Yes,
thank you for that.
The RCIPS has been very, very rewarding. And I can tell anyone that have plans to joining the RCIPS, it is a family. I have no regrets of joining the RCIPS. And very, very rewarding. And it's every day that I get to come to work, I look forward to walking through the door. It's a family that works together. That stays together.
That's right. So, since you've been there from 1976, how about if you share just a little bit of your career journey? How you started with the RCIPS and the department that you're in charge of currently?
Currently, I'm in charge of the Community Policing Department, which encompasses the community safety officers. And we have community safety officers in every district in the Cayman Islands, including Cayman Brac. We do have an officer in Cayman Brac. And we never had a community safety officers before, but it's a project between the government and the RCIPS. The Premier and the Commissioner was very instrumental in bringing it on. It is a new concept to the service and the people of the Cayman Islands. Having attended training in the United Kingdom, that's where I first saw the community safety officers. And when I was given the task to get the community safety officers working, I saw it as a challenge, because in the United Kingdom, during my training, we had to do a project on community policing, and everything is just falling in line with what I saw in the UK and what has been transitioned into the Cayman Islands community. It's a new initiative for them, but nevertheless, so far we've been able to get into the community and let the community know what a community safety officer is all about. When they say a community safety officer, they doesn't have no powers. What their main role is to go into the community, look at all safety issues, and report back their findings. And their findings that they come to me or my deputy, who has the task of ensuring that the safety matter that has been brought to our attention is properly actioned. For example, let's say we in Prospect, we're having a problem, say, with dogs barking or even speeding. It will be brought to my attention. My job then is to ensure that this is public action. It may be a case that that neighbor may just need to have a few words, kind words by one of our community officers about the dog. When dogs are barking regularly, there is something wrong. And we have a very good working relationship with Department of Agriculture. Their dog unit, we work hand in hand. And the safety officers, they do play a very important role. Anything with safety, they will report it. For example, if a tree is overhanging the road, blocking the sign, they will see it, they will report it.
So they're basically the eyes of the community.
The eyes of the community.
And eyes as well for the RCIPS.
Yes, they are actually eyes and ears.
Eyes and ears.
And I want to also emphasize that they also look at the seniors that we have in the community, because we do have quite a number of seniors. So all CSOs are responsible to ensure that all the seniors are in the community, that they work in, they are aware of them, pay them a visit, have a talk with them, because at times, they will all welcome somebody to talk to. Because at their age, they always welcome company.
Yeah.
I haven't been to no seniors in the community that didn't give us a warm welcome, and I really appreciate when I can sit down a few minutes and speak to a senior, because they have so much to tell.
Yeah, they have so much to share.
Tell you.
Yeah.
And also with the community safety officers, they have all been trained locally, and they're quite aware of what is going on. And the commissioner and the premier is very happy with the job they're doing, and I'm sure that in the near future we will see more community safety officers coming on stream. They have their own vehicles, which no one else drive, and you will see them driving throughout the community. They will attend like school sports, any major events. You can see them around. They are very, very, very important tool to us, and I'm so glad that.
Mr. Miles, sorry, I'm trying to understand. So it's the RCIPS,
yes,
and then you have the community policing department,
yes.
So the community policing officers,
yes,
they don't actually do other tasks. Say, you have your traffic department and the different departments, but they don't actually go around and give tickets.
No. They have.
This is basically their job.
They have no power whatsoever.
Correct.
Basically, what do it is to report any safety issues, no matter how simple it may be. They report it, and we will deal with it. And they have been doing a very good job. And I don't want to steal all their thunder because
I think what Mr. Miles is trying to convey as well is that they are civilian staff members, so they are not police officers.
Okay.
And what we found is that over the years, I guess with us being such a small community, there is a level of trust that is given to our civilians that isn't given to our police officers because of the job that they do. And so what we're hoping is that the community safety officers, being civilians and being a part of the communities that they actually work in, will build a bridge between the RCIPS and the community in terms of having that trust and that respect that the community needs in RCIPS, and will trust them with information that they wouldn't trust with police officers on a regular basis. And so that's why they are so important for us.
So basically, that's how important the community safety officers are to the community.
Yes.
And to the RCIPS as well.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, we were just joined by a community safety officer. Good morning.
Good morning.
And your name is?
Chelsea Blake.
Chelsea Blake. So we have two community safety officers in the studio. We have Chelsea and Tijay Gray. Good morning to you, ladies.
Good morning.
Now, I want to ask, I'm not sure who's going to go first, whether it's Chelsea or Tijay, but just tell us a little bit about yourself and why you chose to work as a community safety officer with the RCIPS.
Okay. Good morning again.
I guess it's Chelsea's going to take that question first.
Okay. I chose to work as a community safety officer because I've been at 911 for 16 years. And you get to one end of the spectrum by receiving calls, talking to persons. This was just basically closure for me and for a way to give back to my community. So when the opportunity presented itself, I'm thinking I can serve in both capacity, and I've loved it since I've started.
How long have you been with the community safety?
Since inception, since November of 2019.
Okay.
And I've had good and bad. The challenge, you had some challenges initially because you have to build relationship, and then you have to differentiate between police and civilian. You have to explain that while we're under the umbrella of policing, we are here to serve you as part of your community. And it has been rewarding for me so far.
Very nice. Now, what has been the most challenging for you?
Building the relationship. Expressing to them that we're not there to enforce a law. We're there to ensure that your quality of life is enhanced. as Inspector Miles spoke about, dogs barking to broken pipes to your road is not adequately fixed. So we have a relationship with different entities of government, NRA, NAU, whatever the need is that the police that's not their job, we'll take it on and we'll make connections between these persons in the community. Sometimes the need is there, but if you don't search for it, persons won't say. And so that was the challenge, to kind of tell them that there's a gap between us and the police. Even though we have our CIPS on our badges, we are really part of the community and we want to share in their concerns. And that's been the most challenging bit, but the rewards are great. After you build that relationship.
Smile on your face.
Yes.
Thank you, Chelsea. Now let's move to Tajay. Tajay, tell us a little bit about yourself and why you chose to work as a community safety officer with RCIPS.
Well, I'm CSO 3, Tajay. Initially, I worked back with the police force back in 2006 as a communications officer. I left and then I returned to the island, and I'm currently a teacher at John Gray High School. When I saw the position of community safety officer advertised and I saw the roles and responsibilities, I saw where being a teacher would tie in with being a community safety officer. Pretty much because I work with the students in the school that also live within the community. So I've already established a relationship with the students, and so whenever I go into the community, it makes it a bit easier, especially since I'm based in the Georgetown area.
So you're at school as a teacher.
Yes.
And then that part of you as a teacher extends out to the community.
It does, because they've already...
That's a lot of you, Tajay.
They have already established a trust. I get along with the students at the school, so it's easier for me to be a community safety officer, in the afternoons. I see the same students that are living in the community. It's easier for them to talk to me about issues that they may face, because the young, they do face their issues within the community. Simple stuff like getting a basketball court done properly so that they can actually enjoy the outdoors instead of having to be on the inside just playing games. I remember growing up, outside was important for us, and it's better to have them involved in community, something within the community that will keep them away from all the negativity that they're exposed to every day. So it works for me.
And are they comfortable with you, talking with you?
They're definitely comfortable. I think they're probably too comfortable at times.
Do you have to sort of hold back sometimes, in that being in that comfort zone with them?
I do. And I also have to separate it as well. Because at school, some of the things that they would like to express to me, they cannot. In the community they can, so that it's kind of
they know their space as well.
They do,
obviously.
they do. So that's the only challenge that I would say. It's pretty difficult being able to separate at times. When I'm at school, it's completely different from when I'm in uniform in the afternoons.
So how long have you been a community safety officer?
Since inception as well.
Oh, okay.
We're the foundation.
That's right.
Chartered members.
That's right.
So we basically know what some of your duties are, and how rewarding it is, and how challenging. Now, Inspector Miles, you as heading up this department, you're heading up this department, correct?
Correct.
Has it been challenging for you?
Not really, because I did have insight of what community safety officers do, having been trained in the United Kingdom. And it would be remiss of me at this time if I didn't mention that the CSOs are dominated by females.
Which were handpicked by Mr. Miles, I might say.
It's Women's Month.
It's Women's Month.
Yes.
So I think we are.
Yes. You're outnumbered actually right now as it is.
Yes. We should just say a special shout out to all of the CSOs. It's Women's Month, and we really appreciate having you all on board. You all have made a challenge for the men to come on board, So, but it's Women's Month. And
how many women do you have as CSOs?
We only have one female. One male.
One male.
One male. It was two, but one left. But in all of the districts, they're all females. And
how many? Two.
One. There's only one now.
Okay.
One.
Okay.
One.
George.
Only George.
George.
Nine
Okay.
women or 10 women.
Shout out to George this morning. Good morning, George. And how many females altogether?
We have females in every district.
About 10?
Yes, 10. 10.
So that's, wow.
Yes.
You sure you're not gonna let this one guy go because
No.
he's gonna be so scared? George?
Let me just say that he's talking about being outnumbered, but he picked these ladies handpicked himself. So
well, he knows what he's looking for, and he knows who will work for the community.
Yes, they have been working now very good for the community, and I can only see them doing more great things in the very near future. And you will acknowledge that we are during a rare phase that we have never seen before. In other words, we're in uncharted waters.
Mm-hmm.
And I must say that they did play a very pivotal role during the lockdown.
Okay.
And without them, some days I don't think we would been able to cover all the stores and whatnot. And they were very, very instrumental, and also when we were distribution of masks and so forth, they played a very, very important role in that respect. Without them, we would not have been able to distribute a mask to all the individuals in the Cayman Islands. And I want to pay a special thanks to all of the CSOs who work extremely hard during those times.
Thank you to all of the CSOs. Yes, definitely. Thank you. Big thank you. Hold the thought, guys. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll continue discussion with the RCIPS and the female CSOs in the room this morning. Oh gosh.
Don't let the stress of taking care of loved ones get you down.
Home care, now made easier with Cayman Medical Supplies. 100% Caymanian owned. Cayman Medical Supplies now stocks a wide range of home care supplies. Hospital beds, all types of wheelchairs, including beach access wheelchairs, lifts, commodes, shower chairs, walkers, Curad brand orthopedic supplies. Free blood glucose monitors with the purchase of 1 pack of test strips, blue underpads, and a whole lot more.
Need home care convenience? Drop by Cayman Medical Supplies at 93 Smith Road, Windward Center, or call 949-6211. Free delivery.
Open 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Still delivering island-wide for your convenience.
Radio Cayman News. There was no doubt in his mind that he would travel to Colombia to assist after Hurricane Iota.
With group performers by 7 schools and a host of individual speech soloists.
Successful nominees have traditionally made life better for other people.
We also got a progress report on work at the John Gray High School.
Radio Cayman, your voice, your choice for today's biggest news.
Now you can listen to Radio Cayman everywhere.
Everywhere.
Can you hear me now? Everywhere. Everywhere.
Yes, right from your Android or iPhone. Download the Radio Cayman app now on your Android or iOS phone.
The Radio Cayman app
is where you can listen to Radio Cayman everywhere you go.
Everywhere we go, we go. Everywhere we go, we go.
Find it in the Google Store, the Apple Store, or use the link at www.radiocayman.gov.ky.
Yes, now you can listen to Radio Cayman everywhere.
Business Buzz. Business Buzz with your host, Anita Khan.
Welcome back to the Business Buzz. Good morning. Thank you so much for staying with us. And here's hoping you're enjoying our Business Buzz this morning. I want to say thank you to Susan. Susan is our producer. She puts all these questions together. She'll follow up on our guests, and she just does all the hard work. I just sit here and look, she says look pretty. I'm not sure about that part. But this morning we're continuing with our regular monthly segment with the RCIPS. And in the studio we're honored to have the presence of the one lone gentleman, Inspector Courtney Miles. And alongside him we have PC Jodianne Powery. Jodianne is always in here. She's a communication director.
No.
Not director. Communication.
I'm a police media officer,
okay.
and I work in the media communications.
She's working her way to the director. And alongside her, we have community safety officers Chelsea Blake and Tijay Gray. We are just just talking about in Women's Month and recognition of Women's Month here in the Cayman Islands, and Inspector Courtney had a lot to say. Inspector Courtney, I'll put the ball in your court again. What would you say to encourage other women to apply to become CSOs, community safety officers?
One, they will be giving back to their community.
Mm-hmm.
And two, it's a very, very rewarding job. It is safety we're talking about. And safety is not just their concern, it's everybody's concern.
That's right.
The whole country is responsible for safety. And what they will be doing is further enhancing the quality of life from a safety perspective. And anyone that thinks they have got the skill sets, whenever there's a opening and we have applications go out, feel free, make an application. You don't ever know that what your actions will do in the future. Mm-hmm. If you can change just 2 people's lives through safety, at the end of the day, you will feel good. Some of safety officers go as far as to meet with elders, look at their, for example,
maybe living conditions.
Their living conditions. Sometimes somebody may just need a medication, and that CSO will undertake to work with one of the community officers to get that medication for that individual. And I've seen it time and time again. And they really appreciate what we do for them. I have not had any negative feedback from members of the community regarding their interaction with the CSOs. Like what Jota spoke of earlier on, they're actually bridging the gap.
Yeah.
As you know, in the past there has been police has been looked as being negative, can't be trusted. But I'm pleased to say that today there's more trust in the police. The community is working with the police through all the initiatives with the community safety officers. Whenever they see a problem out there, they will report it. And we pledge that whenever thing is reported, we will have it addressed. If a roof is leaking with an elder person, rest assured, we at community policing will ensure that that are repaired so that individual can live a quality life. We have did a number of them in the past, and we do have a few on there coming up in the very near future. And Nita, what I will say to is that we have always had the full support of the Premier, the Governor, and the Commissioner and his deputies.
I'm happy to hear that, and I'm pretty sure the rest of the 3 islands, or the 2 islands, they're happy to hear that as well.
Yes, and I can only see this department going places. A lot of money has been pumped into this project, and I'm sure that at the end of the day, the Commissioner and the Premier and the Governor, they're happy. A lot has gone into it, and I can tell you this, that we rely heavily upon the CSOs, and they have been delivered, and I'm sure that going forward, the sky's the limit for them, and I have all confidence that they will deliver, because if they don't deliver, I fail.
And we're looking at you, Inspector Miles. Inspector Miles, you took me back a while when you said we talk about trust, because as you know, my late husband was a police officer, so I know exactly what you're talking about, and he would have been happy to know that you have this community safety policing department, because this is exactly what we need to bridge that gap.
Yes.
So, Jodianne, your job would be so much easier, I'm pretty sure. And I know you're dying to say something. You're dying to say something.
These lovely ladies definitely give us social media content on a regular basis in our unit with their many projects that they assist with in the communities. I know that Mr. Miles said that they basically identify issues and they report them back to us, but a lot of them have even gone a step above that by initiating solving some of the problems that they have identified in the community. And I think that one of the things that is important for the community to also know is that these ladies and the one gentleman or two
Julie, may I come in here? There's also another gentleman who was a police officer who retired.
That would be Pompey, right?
No.
PC Pompey.
Sergeant Scott retired.
Sergeant Scott, he retired, so he came on board too. So we're getting two folds right here. We have a police officer and we have a community safety officer, and he's in the Eastern District and was a sergeant. A lot of people still think he's a police officer, but he's a community safety officer in the Eastern District. That's Sergeant David Scott.
My next question would be then, say whenever the community safety officers feel they want to step up, can they apply for positions within the police force when they become available? Say even coming in as a PC.
Well, anyone can apply to become a police officer once they're between the ages of 18 and 40.
So when Tijay is ready to quit her job as a teacher, and she can join the police force.
Of course she could.
Yeah, but it's important to say that the community safety officer, the position is a part-time position with the RCIPS. It's not a full-time. So a lot of these ladies already have their established careers that they work in as well. But certainly if somebody is looking to become a community safety officer to get a feel, the look and feel of what it's like working with the RCIPS, I'm sure that we will welcome them as well.
Certainly.
And it's not a voluntary position, right? They're paid.
No.
Yes. They're well paid.
They're paid.
They're paid, okay.
Anita, I think I would just call upon Jody if you could give them some insight of how they can make contact with the CSOs, that they're on the web.
Absolutely. So our CSO officers, they are all listed on our website. So if you go into the community policing page and you go into the beat maps, you will see who your community police officer is and who your community safety officer is. And their contact details are also there on the website as well.
How about the app? Are they on the app?
Absolutely, they're absolutely.
I forgot the app this morning.
So our app is like a mini version of the website. So whatever you can find on the website, you can certainly find on the app as well. And I do encourage you all to download that. The app can be found both on iTunes as well as on the Google Play stores.
Very well. And Chelsea?
I just wanted to quickly add on to something that Inspector Miles alluded to earlier. It's when you talk about safety, it's not just the physical safety. We, the community safety officers, care about your emotional safety, your mental safety, because some of the issues that come out of the community, it's not physical. It's emotional, it's mental, it's family. And that's where we come in as safety officers. Because the police does not do the emotional and the mental. They won't talk to the police about those kind of safety. And I'm happy to say that we have gone above and beyond, as Miss Jody would say, to delve into that aspect of the community and enhancing the quality of those emotional and mental safety of persons in the community.
And that in itself sounds challenging.
It is challenging, but once you get comfortable, especially I'm from the Bodentown district. Shout out to Shanique and George. And
do you cover Newlands as well?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, we do. And I've met some wonderful persons in the community. Just may have a little challenge in just their path that they take in life, and we're not there to judge, and we're just there to help. And I like the word safety because it encompasses all of you as a person, the individual and family together. And that's what neighborhood is about. And that's why I yes, the pay is an additive, but the reward of seeing somebody smile and say thank you. And even if they're thanking the RCIPS, we are the RCIPS as community safety officers. And that's what we strive on.
I can listen to this all day, but we've got to take a break. Susan, thank you so much to our sponsors this morning, Cayman Medical Supplies, Cayman Insurance Center, and Digicel Business.
For 46 years, our Cayman Insurance Center family has worked to protect your family and your most valuable assets. And we are happy to announce that our offices are now reopened to better serve you. For your added convenience, you can also make payments online or make inquiries by phone or email. Whether you need to get a quote, renew a policy, or file a claim, Cayman Insurance Center is here to protect you and your family. As your family's health is everything, do all that you can to protect it. For your family's safety, social distancing practices are in effect at our offices, and masks should be worn. From our Cayman Insurance Center family to yours, stay safe, stay Cayman strong. For more information, call 949-4657.
It is truly important to our country that the voices of all the people in the Cayman Islands are heard on Election Day. Your vote counts.
April 14th, 2021.
Exercise your democratic right and vote. A public service announcement from your #1 community station, Radio Cayman.
Calling all Caymanians, the Alliance of Progressives and Independents are launching their election campaign this Saturday, March 13th. Join us at the A.L. Thompson's parking lot from 7 p.m. Meet the candidates and hear more about the alliance that promises to create a stronger, safer future for Cayman together. See you Saturday, 7 p.m. at the ALT parking lot. Don't miss it. This is a paid advertisement by the Progressives.
This is how we wake you up in the morning. Praise time on Radio Cayman.
Are you ready? Here we go. Set. I feel like running, skip it, run it. Feel like skip it.
Praise time.
Give me Jesus in the morning. I will. So send me, Lord. I will go.
Weekday mornings from 6 until 6:30.
Business Buzz. Business Buzz with your host, Anita Khan.
Welcome back to the Business Buzz. Good morning. I even forgot why I'm here. I'm busy chatting. Susan? So, in case you missed this, folks, we have in the studio this morning, we have Inspector Courtney Miles. We have PC Jody Ann Powery and 2 safety community officers, Chelsea Blake and Tajay Gray. Good morning again. Good morning. Glad you didn't leave me. No.
Before we go any further, I just want to say that safety officer Benicia Thompson was supposed to be here. She had some car trouble and she couldn't make it. So she sent her apologies. And I just want to shout out to Benicia because she was all dressed in her uniform and she had her paper with her answers and everything. And she was very prepared.
We could have called her on the phone.
Yeah. She's handling her car. So, yes. So shout out to Benicia from West Bay, community safety officer.
Okay, so she's basically taking care of West Bay.
Yes, she's one of the West Bay.
Yes. One of. Okay. Yes. Thought she was doing that single-handedly, but no.
Yes.
No. Pertaining to I'm going to address this to Chelsea and Tajay. Pertaining to your jobs, how can you be reached if you're needed or if anyone need further information? Tajay?
Well, as Jody expressed, we are on the RCIPS website. You can reach us on our emails, tj.gray@rcips.ky, or our cell phones. The number I cannot remember offhand. But
we have that problem all the time.
We do. But that information is definitely provided on the website. So our number and email addresses are there.
Okay. How about you, Chelsea?
The same. Unfortunately, before we got cell phones from the RCIPS, I was using my personal phone. So now I'm still trying to filter it out. So persons still are able to reach me on my my phone, and the email address on the website, chelsea.blake@rcips.ky.
I know PC Parry, Jodianne, I know you've been quiet this morning because you have to give everybody else a chance.
Yes, absolutely.
So, but how is the RCIPS keeping the public informed about information? Is important to have. You just mentioned a website,
yes,
of course, the app. Any other way that you can think
of? Well, on a daily basis, for any police major events or any incidents that may affect the public, we put out press releases and we send those out via email, and we send them out to the various media houses, including Radio Cayman.
Of course.
So that is one of the ways that we try to engage the public. But mainly it's through our website, but also our social media pages. And we currently have a segment on our social media that will be featuring our community safety officers. So please, I do encourage everyone to visit our Facebook and web and Instagram pages to find out more about your community safety officers and what they've been up to over the past year.
Now, PC Parry, generally, what key roles would you say does the RCIPS play to maintain overall public safety within our various communities?
Well, I want to say that, a lot of times we are very reactive where we respond to things, but we have been trying to be more proactive, and so that is the reason now why we have a flourishing community policing department and community safety officers out in the community. One of the things that they are trained to do is to identify issues that maybe regular members of the public aren't usually able to identify in the initial stages, so that we can try to resolve the problems sometimes even before they are starting. And so that's one of the things that we try to do. But other than that, we also investigate and we put out crime prevention information, which can also be found on our website through the crime prevention page on the website and the app, on various trending crime issues, things that we see that are happening. We make sure that you have the information to know that these are happening, and we try to come out on the radios or any other media places to let people know what is happening in the community so that they can better prepare themselves and to send us information. And I do want to encourage everyone to submit tips to us as well through the website and the app. But remember that the tip line is not an emergency line. And so if you are in fact having an emergency or you need immediate attention, please do call 911. Call Chelsea at 911 to place your report. But if it's just something where you find suspicious activities in your neighborhood and you want us to know, but you don't necessarily want us to know who it is that's sending it in, you can send it anonymously, or you don't think that it deems making a police report, then we do accept those information. We very readily.
Okay, as we head up to 9 o'clock, any closing remarks from you, Inspector Miles?
What I want to say in closing is that the CSOs play a very, very pivotal role in the community, and I'm encouraging the community to come forward, be open with us, because we want to hear from you all. Mm-hmm. If they're not doing their job, we want to hear. And that's only how we can become better at the job that we're doing. We're here to serve who? You, the public. So I just want to encourage the public to make themselves available to the CSOs whenever they come around, speak to them, and they will do the same to you. And I'm sure that in the end, we can form an unbreakable partnership. One that you can say, like, wow, RCIPS is making inroads in providing a safer community. It's all about safety. If we can make our community more safer, at the end of the day, it will be very, very rewarding. And I want to thank all the CSOs. It's Women's Month, so shine up there, girls, shine. Shine for the Cayman Islands.
And we're almost out of time, actually, Otherwise, I'll actually ask the CSOs to say something, but time does not permit me. But so I'm just going to say thank you so much for coming by this morning. PC Jodianne, thank you so much. Inspector Miles, thank you. It's a pleasure to have you. All of you, actually, as a matter of fact. TJ, please stay safe out there. Thank you. And Chelsea, thank you very much for your service with not only 911, but also as a community safety officer.
Thank you.
Thank you, and we'll see you next time in the studio, Jodianne. Thank you.
Thank you very much for having us.
She's a mouthpiece of the RCIPS, and she does a great job with that. Thank you all for stopping by and sharing about the RCIPS and community safety officers, their role in the community. Our next date on the Business Buzz for the RCIPS will be on April 8th, and we will continue our regular monthly series then. And, of course, those take place every second Thursday of the month. I'll ask you to join us on Tuesday for another Business Buzz. Thanks again to our sponsors of the Buzz, Cayman Insurance Center, Cayman Medical Supplies, and Digicel Business. Thanks to our producer, Susan Watson, and to our listeners and viewers.
The Business Buzz is proudly sponsored by Cayman Medical Supplies. Call them at 949-6211. Cayman Insurance Center, celebrating 45 years in the Cayman Islands, specializing in property, life, and other lines of insurance products and services. And Digicel Business. Get everything your business needs in one package with Digicel Business Hub.
Today's biggest news.
Radio Cayman.
It's only 2 species that we have here on the island.
Generations present.
Your voice, your choice.
It is in the best interest of the people of these islands.
Local, regional, international.